whole area, we've completed our needs analysis with our contractor. We know we need a new furnace. There are some different choices as a homeowner you have to make. So in this segment, let's walk through the different choices and really help the homeowner get the best unit for their situation.
In the upper Midwest, we typically look at 92 AFU and above, just because of the amount of usage we run on the gas side. So let's take a look at this. Our base model is 92 AFU, and it uses a PSC motor, which is an AC drive motor that consumes electricity. So what that represents is for every dollar of fuel I put through this, 92 cents of every dollar is converted into true heat that's going to go into the home.
Okay, so really the industry has evolved. I mean, it wasn't too many years ago. 92% was really the top of the spectrum. You're saying it goes all the way up to almost what, 98?
98 and a half now is on our top model.
But you also mentioned electricity. With a gas-fired furnace, I really wasn't thinking that there were electrical costs.
And that's the thing that consumers today have to be aware of. The electrical consumption of today's furnaces is much higher in the entry level. And the advantage as you go up in model selections, there's higher efficiency blower motors that save you considerable amount of money on the electrical side.
Really? So even though we're talking about a gas-fired furnace, electricity, the electrical costs come into play in a big way?
In a big way. What we're looking at with these three models, we're seeing a transition of cost. Running this furnace, you're going to be somewhere around $500 a year in electrical, up to $700, depending on its size. Wow. Whereas when we go up to the high tier, you're in the $50 to $100 per year.
That's a huge cost savings, and I suppose a lot of that comes into play, the cost per kilowatt. I mean, I'm at like 14 cents, I think, with my utility. Some of them are down 8, 7 cents, but regardless of that, it's a huge electrical cost. And really, looking at the future, it's probably going to be even more expensive down the road.
Yes, exactly what you said. 7 cents many years ago, now we're at 14. What's it going to be like another 5 or 10 years from now?
Okay, so there's a large electrical cost to operating this. Even though it costs less up front, I take it, you have to take that into consideration when selecting a unit.
Yes.
Okay, so what's this one? This is about 96%?
Right, our mid-tier models is about 96% AFU, so again, 96 cents of every dollar goes to heat the home, and we've incorporated ECM motors, which are going to save electrically on the furnace. So we're going to see a saving somewhere around a $300 savings upgrading to this on an annualized basis.
Wow, $300 savings. That's quite a savings and a great payback. If you look at this as being an investment, which a homeowner should, look at their heating and cooling system as an investment, $300 a year, it wouldn't take long, I would imagine, to pay this off.
Yes, the difference is very achievable for a quick payback. The other advantage, when we go to 96, we're also putting in 2-stage furnaces. This is a single stage, it's on at 100%. This one comes on at 40% or ratchets up to 100% firing rate based on our needs. As it gets colder out, it would ramp up to high fire. If it's a warmer, mild fall day, it'll remain in low fire. So it better matches the heat output to the load of the house.
Does that make the unit more efficient?
Increases your comfort more than it does the efficiency. Instead of that hard blast of full heat, when you really don't need it all, it'll come on a mild condition.
Okay, and so that's what we're really talking about here is comfort?
Comfort is a big one.
Because you're talking about running these motors not just during the heating season, but year-round?
Sure. The year-round side would come to be able to basically clean your air 24/7, 365 days a year. That's what we recommend, and also that increases your overall comfort within the home as well, trying to alleviate some of those hot spots and cold spots that we all run into.
Okay, this one right here, 98.5% you mentioned. That's incredible. But I assume it's also more efficient electrically?
Yeah, this is even the next step up, and it does 2 things for us. Electrically, it has our ultimate high-end motor, which is a full modulating blower motor, as well as there's an induction fan that's DC drive as well that moves the air through the furnace for combustion. The other thing this does is it has modulation of the gas. This is a 2-stage. This starts at 40% and then modulates fully up to 100% when it needs to, based on how cold it is out.
Wow, so a smart version of a furnace. It's actually doing the thinking based on the environment around it?
Exactly. So it's looking at how much did I have to run the last time, what is my firing rate that I need to have, and ideally, in a perfect world, we'd never shut it off. It would just maintain. If you have it set to 70 degrees, it's 70 degrees all the time and it would regulate up and down. Consumers, though, have a perception it's costing them a lot of money in doing so. In reality, that's not the case.
And how much would this cost to operate over
The nice thing with this one is with the higher efficiency blower motors, you're going to see a saving somewhere between $300 to $500 from the ones we first talked about.
Oh, really? So I assume that these cost more as you go up.
Right.
but there's a definite payback. If you're talking upwards of $500 annually, this might cost a couple $1,000s more. So 3 to 5 years, you'd have a payback. If you're in your house longer than that, it's actually costing you a lot less to have a comfortable living environment.
Regardless of how long you're in your home, you've got a great return on investment as you upgrade to a higher efficiency and especially to the higher efficiency electrical motors used.
So there are a lot of different factors to consider. And what I'm getting out of it is, you look at your needs analysis that you've discussed and developed with your contractor, and you think about your situation. Are you going to be selling your house? If you're selling your house in the next year, you might not want to put the most expensive furnace in there, even though the next occupants could reap the benefits. But, if it's me, judging by the paybacks, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, I could go top of the line furnace. As compared to putting the low end in, it's going to pay for itself in that short time period. And then after that, I'm just reaping the benefits of indoor air quality, indoor air comfort, and a lot less operating costs down the road.
Exactly. With today's return on investment, it really makes sense if you're going to be in your home for any length of time. The higher efficiency and the more electrical efficiency you can purchase, the better off you're going to be for the long haul.